All right, welcome everybody to Sold Exclamation Point. So we had a pickup day at Absolute Sports Cars for our K-bid auction. That went pretty good. Had a few no-shows, so I'm making calls this morning. Trying to figure out what we're gonna do with that. Um, so so yesterday, I'm opening which at least partially is a card shop. Yeah, I had to itch. I wanted to bust something yesterday. And the new 2019 Prizm baseball came out. And so I said, let me grab a couple packs of that. And I bought a pack of the Topps Big League, which is, I think, the more kids-oriented product. First off, that Topps Big League, it's a really nice design. I think it's a fun set. I also think it would be a really good set to do in-person autographs with or TTM autographs with. The price point is lower, obviously, but it's a real clean design. It's a very light card, so I think blue signatures on those cards would look really nice. So off to the Prizm. So I buy 2 packs of Prizm, and I didn't get anything great. And I think I had an Otani insert, and it was cool. But I really like the cards. I think the inserts are very reminiscent of the '90s. So I really like how the base card is very silver, but then they put tons of color in the inserts. So I'm a big fan of the inserts. And so I buy 2 packs. That's cool, and I'm kind of satisfied. And that was sort of midday. And then later in the evening, a customer comes in, he's busting some packs, and he busted some Prizm, and he didn't pull an auto out. And I was like, oh, well, maybe there might be an auto in the packs that are left. So I was like, I'll buy the rest of the packs. So I'll do a variation listing with my inserts, a small one. And so I get 5 more packs. Open them, no autos. So 12-pack box, supposed to be 3 autographs. I had 7. The customer bought 3. So maybe there was only 2 in that box, but it looks like one guy walked in, bought 2 packs, got 2 autos. So I was kind of bummed about that, and my pack's kind of blue. Like I don't know. I out of 7 packs, I didn't really get anything, super fun. Now, here's the thing. I still really like the inserts. All the inserts are really great in that product. And so I'm sitting there kind of annoyed about, kind of annoyed that I didn't get anything that I'm, really happy to get. And so I go, I'm just gonna buy a box. I get some. Yeah, I'll leave here with some autographs, and I'll be happy. So I go and I'm like, hey man, the part-timer was there. So I said, I'm gonna buy a box. And so he grabbed the box for me, and I opened the first pack, and I got a hot box. I was like, yeah, and I couldn't remember whether or not you got 1 pack that was full of refractors or Prizms, or the whole box was. It was a whole box, dude. It was just crapping on refractors. I still call them refractors because Prizms. I really wish they came up with a different name for it. But it was just spitting refractors. And so it was a very good box. Now, the hot box doesn't guarantee that it's a big, massive money box. Because you can buy a box of cards, get 1 card worth $1,000, and it's better than a hot box. You get a 101 Soto or whatever. But it was really fun. Every pack was full of refractors. And what else? I also pulled the Color Blast Chris Bryant, which is the case hit. That's a beautiful insert. It's all white except for where he's swinging the bat, where the bat being swung, and then there's a big bunch of color right there. It's really, really nice. I really like that set. Not a set that I'm going to be able to do because, you know, I'm opening a store. There's no way I'm going to spend money going after that one. So that one's up on eBay. As of right now, there's 2 Trouts and my Chris Bryant. That's it. That's all that's listed. I put the Bryant up for 150. The Trouts were 135. Somebody has to buy it now for. I think that's low. But I don't know. We'll see. So I ended up with like 140 listable cards out of mainly out of that one box. So I did a big variation listing. I actually did 6 of them because I had enough. Like I had like 30 blue refractors, and that's enough to do its own listing. A little tip about, I think, I don't know, but based on what I opened yesterday. So the way the set works is the first 100s are like commons. The second 100 in the set are like uncommons, and the third 100 in the set are rares. And the way the pack works is all the top cards, all the top base cards are the commons. Then you get your inserts and refractors in the middle. The next 2 base cards in the back will be your uncommon, and your last card will be your rare. Will be your from 201 to 300. So that's interesting. Okay, so it's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Kind of like studio basketball from a couple years ago. Now here's the thing. So because I got a bunch of refractors in that hot box, I think the blue prisms and the red prisms. It seemed to me that in the blue prisms and the red prisms, that the first 100 in that checklist were still very much commons. The second 100, there were a lot less. And the third 100, there was even less of those. I think that even with the blues and the reds, they're still keeping to the rarity of the tiers. Now, obviously, when we're dealing with like the green mojos that are numbered, well, they're all numbered the same number. You know, number 12 is going to be the same production as number 250 because they're all serial numbered the same. But I think the reds and the blues are still adhering to that rarity, that tier. So when you're at the card show this weekend and somebody busts a lot of that product, and the reds and the blues, I think, I don't know, I'm curious. There can be some verification of that, but I think the last 300 in blues and reds are going to be still pretty rare in comparison to the other ones in that set. So I don't know. Maybe you heard it here first, or maybe I'm just full of it, and it's a small sample size. All right, let's get into the sold today. Gonna do a quick one. Not a ton. The variation listing, I actually made 3 sales off of that from last night. 2 have paid. One was they ordered like 5 or 6 of them. So first one, this was the hot box refractor. So it's just, I don't know what they call it, a purple, green, hyper, whatever. I just went to eBay and copied whatever people were calling them. $5 for that, and then $6 for these 2. These are both tier 2 in the base set. So these are gonna be they're about 4 times as rare as the first 100, and then the tier 3 is half as rare as the tier 2. So 12 times as rare as the first 100. Alright, so got a press photo. Don Bossler, it's a small one. This one's the one from the stamp. This was actually used in a book, so that's kind of cool. Nice Pulp Fiction promotional hat, the strap back. The photo went for 10. Pulp Fiction went for 37. Minnesota Twins, New Era, 7/5/8. This is a newer hat. So the way you approach pricing on those is, so this is a hat that you can go into any lids and buy. They're going to generally charge between 30 and between 25 and 30 for it. So this went for 20 shipped. So that's what you're doing. You're just saying, mine's cheaper than theirs. So buy my pre-owned one because it's cheaper than a new one. And so you're not operating off collectability. You're operating off of replacement value or substitute products. And last thing is a couple of SI no labels, Herschel Walker, and a Pete Rose, which I thought was sort of a weird order. Is it the same year? 89. Okay, the same year. Maybe they're just collecting the full set with no label. So those went for 14. The Rose is actually kind of common even without the label. So it was like 10 for the Walker and $4 for the Rose as an add-on. I don't charge any extra shipping. That is what I got today. Have fun with Prizm. I really like the product, and I think. The one other thing about Prizm was there's a insert called Numbers Game, which is really reminiscent of Hot Numbers, Flair Hot Numbers. I'm so a big fan, right? So I pulled an Acuna, which is a nice card, but the Prizm, the refractor version of that, really pops. It's gorgeous. I got a Yelich, and I think I am gonna build that set. I'm gonna build the Number Games refractor or Prizm. That's a really nice card. I would keep your eye out for that. But look at the base Number Games and the Prizm Number Games. The Prizm just pops big time. So I think I'll be doing that set. Hopefully it's a small one. But right now I got the Yelich, so I'm happy. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.